All right, welcome to your daily AI News Digest. It's Tuesday, January 27th, 2026, and wow, we have a packed day. We are tracking some massive developments that are literally reshaping our world as we speak. We're talking about everything from the tiny chips that power it all the way up to the future of your job.
So it all kicks off with this one little number. And this number, well, it represents the absolute bleeding edge of physics and engineering. Because what's happening is a massive tectonic shift in the chip industry. A long reigning titan of tech has just been officially dethroned. At the same time, we're seeing new AI models cross this absolutely critical threshold. And what I mean by that is they're hitting a level of performance that actually exceeds human experts. We're seeing AI shift from just being an assistant that helps you out to a full-on proxy that can run entire professional workflows all by itself. Think about that for a second. But, and this is a big but, in the middle of all this incredible progress, the world's top scientists have just dropped a huge warning, and it's all wrapped up in this one single number.
So, it really forces us to ask the biggest question of our time, right? Is all this incredible speed leading us to some kind of golden age, or are we just sprinting towards a totally new kind of disaster?
Okay, let's dive into our top story, the Silicon Wars, the battle to own the physical hardware of intelligence. It is heating up and fast.
So, the big bombshell today comes from Microsoft. They've just pulled the curtain back on their second-gen AI chip, the Maia 200. And look, this is way more than just an upgrade, it's a strategic weapon. It's built on TSMC's cutting-edge 3-nanometer process, it's crammed with 140 billion transistors, and it's specifically engineered for what's called agentic AI. That's AI that can actually do things for you. Microsoft's goal here is crystal clear: get a 30% better bang for their buck and, crucially, break free from their dependency on Nvidia. And this move, it just perfectly sums up the new arms race in AI hardware. On one side, you've got the giants, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, all building their own custom chips to control costs and boost efficiency. And on the other side, you've got Nvidia defending its castle. It's not just about having the best chips anymore. It's about their entire software ecosystem, that deep moat, designed to make it really, really hard for customers to leave. Okay, so take a look at this table, but I want you to focus on one line in particular: peak FP4 compute. Now, don't worry about the jargon. Just think of it as pure raw horsepower for AI. The Maia 200 is hitting 10.1 petaflops. That is a huge leap. And this specific kind of compute, it's the secret sauce for making these AI agents not just super powerful, but also cheap enough to run for everyone all over the world. And this right here, this chart just perfectly illustrates the economic earthquake that's happening. For the very first time, Nvidia has officially knocked Apple off the top spot to become TSMC's #1 customer. Now, this isn't just a fun fact. This is a fundamental reordering of the entire tech industry. It means the AI server, not the iPhone, is now the center of the universe, driving the most advanced manufacturing on the planet. So, okay, you've got all this incredible new hardware. But what software is going to run on it? Well, that brings us to our next story, which is all about OpenAI. They are now aiming their next-gen models squarely at automating the kind of high-value professional work that until now was thought to be safe. So today, OpenAI officially launched its GPT-5.2 family of models. And the big new feature, the one everyone's talking about, is this thing they call a reasoning dial. It's pretty cool, actually. It lets you choose how much thinking the model does. So if you need a super fast answer, you just set it to instant. But if you needed to, say, build a complex financial model from scratch, you can crank that dial all the way up to pro. And the performance, it's just staggering. There's this new benchmark called GDP-Val, and it's designed to test expert-level skills across 44 different professions. We're talking law, medicine, you name it. And GPT 5.2, in its thinking mode, is performing at or above a human expert almost 71% of the time. This is it. This is the moment AI goes from being a helpful assistant to a proxy that can just do the job for you. And a capability like that is, of course, fueling a massive race to build the AI operating system. You've got two main approaches duking it out. OpenAI is going all in on these agentic loops where the AI can literally see your screen and click around in your apps just like a person would. Meanwhile, Anthropic is playing it a bit more cautiously. They're embedding tools like Slack and Figma right inside their Claude interface, which gives companies a bit more control. But make no mistake, they are both racing for the same prize, to become the main way we all get work done. Okay, so we've got all this incredible progress, this amazing productivity boom, but at the exact same time, the global scientific community is sounding a really stark, really urgent alarm. They're saying the very same technology we're so excited about is now being seen as a direct threat to our survival. Remember this number from the top of the show, 89? Yeah, it's a pretty jarring shift from all that optimism, isn't it? And there's a very, very good reason for that. It's because the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists has once again set the Doomsday clock, and it's at 89 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been in history. And for the second year in a row, artificial intelligence is officially listed as a primary reason why. They're putting it in the exact same category as nuclear war and climate collapse. And their reasoning behind this? Well, it's chilling. They're warning we're entering a third nuclear era, where AI introduces completely new kinds of dangers. We're talking about AI-driven cyber weapons that could shut down a country's power grid, AI-powered anti-satellite systems that could trigger a war in space, and maybe the scariest part, AI-fueled disinformation that completely shreds the shared reality we all depend on to solve any of these other crises. So, with all this power and all this risk, how is it all being paid for? Well, a completely new economic model is taking shape, and it's happening incredibly fast. We are now officially in the era of what's being called agentic commerce, and the perfect example just went live. Shopify and OpenAI have partnered up for an instant checkout feature right inside ChatGPT. Now here's the kicker. Merchants are going to pay OpenAI a 4% fee on every single sale that comes through the chatbot. This is a huge shift. We're moving away from the old model of paying for ads and moving towards a future where the AI provider takes a direct cut, like a tax on the global economy. And the money pouring in to fuel this transformation, it's just mind-boggling. A brand new lab, Recursive Intelligence, just pulled in a $300 million Series A funding round. And that's not some crazy outlier. This flood of cash is creating a real winner-take-all situation, where only a few giant labs can even afford the billions of dollars in computing power it takes to compete on the cutting edge. So, let's pull this all together. The new chips, the new software, the massive risks, and the unbelievable amounts of money. What does it all really mean for us, right now, today? It means one thing, really. The era of just playing around with AI is over. The era of execution has begun. It's not enough to have a cool demo anymore. The companies that are going to win from here on out are the ones that can completely redesign how they work around these new agentic systems. Because AI isn't just an add-on anymore. It's not a feature. It is the new foundational infrastructure of our entire global economy. Look, the technology has found its killer apps, it's found its business models, and it has definitely found its place at the heart of global conflict. So the only question left for us is as simple as it is profound. AI is now in its industrial era. Are we, as a species, even remotely prepared for the consequences?